Hello there and welcome to my channel. My name is Sierra and here we make a little beauty, lifestyle, and faith-based content. But I decided to do something new. I'm starting a bread series and it's called the Easy Baked Bread series. By no means am I a professional bread maker, no. But I am someone who enjoys the art of making bread. And maybe just one day I will be a professional bread maker. But when producing this series, I wanted to keep it simple. I wanted very straightforward recipes that you and I can make in our kitchen together. None of these recipes will require any kind of special equipment. The only special equipment that you need are your hands, and we all have them. We are about to do some good work with our hands. So if you are up to take the challenge, put "See, I accept the challenge" in the comment section below, and let's get into making bread. So today's bread recipe is the no knead artisan bread. It is no fuss at all. The only thing that this bread requires is a rest period. The dough goes through this fermentation process that need at least 12 to 24 hours. But we are going to go the straight 24 hours. So let's get started in making this bread recipe. All right, friends, so let's get started. First, add a half a teaspoon of garlic powder to your warm water. This step is optional but recommended because it adds a subtle garlic flavor on the back end of this loaf that is quite amazing. Now, in a separate bowl, add 3 cups of flour. You can use all-purpose flour or bread flour. I'm using all-purpose. Add your yeast, salt, and some herbs. Now, adding the herbs is also optional but recommended because the flavor profile is insane. Now, add your water to your dry ingredients and mix well. The dough will be extremely sticky, but do not let that intimidate you, okay? Now, I will be using my hands to mix everything together, but if you do not like wet, sticky stuff on your hands, please use a rubber and mix everything together. Once the dough comes together, cover the bowl with a towel and let it rise in a warm place for 24 hours. I will see you tomorrow. Peace. Hello, beautiful people. I hope you are pumped up and ready to begin day 2 of making our artisan bread. You see, I got my setup in the kitchen. Oop, I'm about to hurt myself trying to walk backwards. But see, I have my setup in the kitchen. I'm actually going to flip the camera around so that you can see, but I am excited and I am ready to get into day 2 because the process is almost over. But I wanted to show y'all our dough. This is what it looks like now. She's a bubbly, yeasty beauty. And she's going to make a very perfect loaf. So I hope your loaf looks just like this. Your dough looks just like this. So let's get into it. Start by generously dusting your work surface and hands with flour because this particular dough is known for its stickiness. I'm quite sure you remember from yesterday. You want to handle this dough with care when removing it from the bowl, making a great effort not to pop any of the bubbles that have formed. Once you have successfully got your dough onto your flour work surface, great job by the way, sprinkle a bit more flour on top. Not too much, I added a little bit too much. Now we're going to fold the dough into thirds just like we're folding a letter. Next, roll and tuck the dough under itself, turning it into a nice little dough ball. And that is it. You've just done all the kneading necessary to make this artisan bread. Job well done. All right, let's move on to the next step. Just lay a sheet of parchment paper down on your work surface and give it a good sprinkle of cornmeal. Don't fret if you do not have any cornmeal. Just use flour like I did. After you dust the parchment paper, go ahead and sprinkle a bit more on top of the dough as well. Now grab a clean kitchen towel, give it a hefty dusting of flour, and gently cover the dough with it on top. And now our dough gets to sleep for 2 hours. 30 minutes before the bread is actually done proofing, we are going to set our oven to 450 degrees. I'm going to use this Dutch pot and I'm going to put it in the oven as the oven is heating up because we want to make sure that this pot is piping hot before we put our bread inside of here. Alright, you should be extremely proud of yourself for what you have created. I know I am. So make this loaf of Artisan for your family. Put it on the dinner table. You can serve it with a little bit of olive oil, crushed black pepper, some salt, and just put it all up in it. But I am about to enjoy this with a little bit of butter before I head out. Until next time, go with God and be very proud that you did something good with your hands.
Nice crumb. It's just delicious. I can just imagine this toasted. Make sure you add your herbs. I did herb de Provence, but add your rosemary, your thyme, your fresh herbs, because this is absolutely amazing. And the 2 teaspoons of salt really work well with our herbs that we added. Dynamite. This is a good loaf of bread. So go make it and be proud of yourself that you did something really good with your hands. That's good.